Blank stare. All right, everybody. Here we are for the Batman review.
The Batman.
Yeah, it's not the pre-show.
No.
This is the main show.
Main show. With your host.
Yes.
With the most. All right.
So, we just got done watching Batman last night. Man.
Gotta say, damn good movie.
I told you you were hesitant.
No, listen.
dumb.
Okay, I had to make it. Sometimes I gotta make it suspense with us because I know this is a big movie for you. This is huge.
Yeah.
This is a huge.
But I didn't doubt it.
No, he didn't doubt it.
Yeah.
But just to be a rock in his spoke real quick, I was just like, yeah, I think it's gonna be okay. You were like, what?
I thought you had like inside information. Because you kept saying, I've heard some stuff. And you were like, just be ready. Just be ready in case.
I did hear some things, but also I was like, nah. Like, I don't listen to what other people say because...
The irony.
Well, that and opinions are like what? They're like assholes. Everybody has one. So, yeah.
So, if you can't tell, we thought this movie was great.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. It was... I
good.
thought going in, my expectations were what? Like a B+?
He said he was hoping for a B+. That's what you're aiming. You're slugging for one of those.
Yeah. It didn't have to be as good as Dark Knight, but still I wanted it to be good. To me it's the third best Batman movie ever.
It's knocking on the door. Let's just put it that way.
Oh yeah.
It's knocking on the door.
So, Matt Reeves' Batman, the Batman movie, starring Robert Pattinson. And I forgot Lenny Kravitz's daughter's name.
Oh shit. Well, it's Lenny Kravitz's daughter's.
Yeah.
Daughter.
And Colin Farrell's in this.
Smoking hot, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Smoking hot.
She pulled off.
I was just like, dang.
I thought she was like an excellent Catwoman in this.
I think she was the Catwoman in this. Like, in my head, when I think of a Catwoman, the way she was sassy, just like
the way she moved, the way she walked,
just like her whole demeanor, the whole way she carried herself, the way she, like you said, the talk, the walk, everything. Her being a burglar,
cat burglar,
it was spot on for me. It was perfect. Yeah. That's exactly what I mean.
So this movie, and here's something I actually wished for was the fact that I did not want this movie to be like the other movies that came before it, the other Batman movies, right? And this one's completely different from the rest.
Yes,
it's completely different. It's not like any of the other ones. This one pulls a lot from the Batman Telltale game.
Yeah,
parts of it, and then Long Halloween,
which I had to lean over and be like, "Hey, was this in the game?"
Oh, yeah. And Matt Reeves did his homework. Yeah. I feel like he took a lot of inspiration from different media of Batman to make his story.
Well, I mean, at this point, I feel like you have to. If you want your story to be, especially after
there's like the 12th, 11th Batman movies,
and especially after the great ones that we've seen just previous.
Oh yeah, the Dark
it's
Knight
like
trilogy.
You gotta step it up. You gotta bring your A.
You gotta bring something new to the table. And so in this movie, essentially, we have a Batman who's in his second year of being Batman.
Right.
And I love that direction they went with. It kind of reminded me of the Batman cartoon. Because in the Batman cartoon, he's already been Batman for a year, and the cartoon picks up when the crazies start coming out. Yeah. When the villains start coming out of the woodwork and everything. And this is basically what this is. The Riddler being his first supervillain. Yeah. Well, I think because at the end, there's already a certain character in prison.
Yeah, so we don't get too much on him.
No, we don't.
We don't know.
We'll leave that, guys, so you can see that.
Yeah, right? We'll leave that. We won't spoil that one.
Right.
Spoilers, by the way. Possibly.
I mean, there's not lots to spoil, though.
No, there isn't.
There really isn't.
But what I do like, especially when you spoke on the cartoon, is how gritty the city is.
Oh, and this one? Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I loved it. It reminded me, I mean, I wasn't around during the time, but I've seen a lot of movies that would reflect on like 1960, 1970 New York when it was gritty, and where there was a lot of financial issues going on. And this helped kind of like, in my mind, reflect it.
It took you back. Yeah, it took you back too.
And I was just like, what a way to like make it just, I don't know, like in my head during the time of Batman, especially right now, this is what I would think New York would be.
Oh, okay, yeah. This is like
at the all time, like everything's just chaotic. Politicians are at each other's throats. Like it's good.
Because in this movie, here's what I want to praise the movie for a lot: is the pacing.
Yeah.
This is probably some of the best pacing I've seen in any movie.
Which I heard, though, from people that I know that said the pacing sucked. But I don't. Like I said before, I think the pacing was great.
It was because right off the bat,
explaining the story
everything.
You needed.
What can you cut out of this movie? Honestly, I was watching this. You can't really cut anything out.
What would you want to cut out of this
none
movie?
of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. In fact, I want 3 hours long, and I still want to put more in.
Yeah, we could have, but I wouldn't mind maybe 4 hours. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Basically, the movie right from the start it moves along at a quick pace, telling you the story.
It does.
And since it's Riddler, it gives you clues as it goes on, and you start learning a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and you start picking up on stuff. But every scene of dialogue from one to the next kind of like feeds off the previous scene.
Oh yeah.
So from the last scene goes to this, and the movie just goes straight forward in a straight line.
Yeah.
But like no wasted nothing, and that was one of the things. That's why it didn't feel long to me, because every scene of dialogue, every time characters interacted, it was all propelling the story forward.
Yeah.
And I wasn't bored at all, and it didn't feel that long to me. So
no, it didn't, and I felt like even whenever there was times where they weren't really talking, it was explaining the story without words, and it was I don't know, it's just a good way of using they were a good way of using the time wisely.
Yeah,
and I'm so happy they took the time too for a little bit of the backstory, to introduce the real plot, because most people just wanted to bam action and just nonstop, and it's like. No, it needed a bubble. It needed to build
because you don't find out what the whole plot is till the last half hour.
Yeah, towards later. Yeah,
so the last half hour you finally figure out what
you don't know what the actual story. Yeah, and even our character didn't even know.
Yeah, exactly. And that was was literally probably the best scene of the movie for me. But basically in this movie, Riddler shows up on the scene, and it turns out. I don't want to spoil a lot because it's a Riddler movie. You can't I know we shouldn't. So I kind of don't want to. Yeah,
it's just hard not.
It's hard not.
God
to talk
damn,
about
it's hard not to for you guys.
Especially for my favorite scene in the movie when Batman and Riddler interact. That was such a mind fuck for the audience and Batman at the same time because you're thinking how Batman's thinking,
and then everything you went through. Yeah, to just have to go. Oh man.
Yeah, because Batman's thinking something, and as the audience members, you're kind of in Batman's head, and you're kind of thinking what Batman's thinking. Yeah. But it's not, and it was man. Matt Reeves directed the hell out of that. The dialogue was amazing. The acting across the board was pretty much perfect, right? There's nobody. It was phenomenal.
From the Penguin.
The Penguin was Colin Farrell killed it as a Penguin, man.
From the Penguin.
I want to see a Penguin villain movie because he was good.
I mean, just
Jim Gordon was great.
Yeah,
Alfred did not get a lot of screen time.
No, but I don't think it's yet. I don't think his moment's yet. I think in the next one it will be.
Yeah,
I believe so.
In this one, we have a Batman who's he does not trust anybody, and that includes Alfred. He's all about 100% his war on crime as Batman. He doesn't care about Bruce Wayne. He doesn't care about his family. He cares nothing about it. To him, he even tells Alfred, "I'd rather die trying than fail." Basically, he's like, "Yeah," and Alfred Tom's like, "That's what I'm afraid of." And a lot of the dialogue also in this movie, which is the first time we've seen in a Batman movie in theaters, I believe. The voiceover narration by Robert Pattinson was amazing. Yeah. It was great, man. It kind of got you that noir feeling. Yeah. Like you kind of watching a noir movie. It felt good, man. Robert Pattinson, for all the people who doubted him, I mean, I don't know if you're going to love him, but he definitely gave a great performance. I loved him as Batman.
I think he did a really good job. I think he stunned a lot of people because everybody was stuck on him in Twilight. Even though he's done way more movies than that, and he's already proved himself that he can be a great actor, all around actor, and he did it again with this film.
He did. Absolutely. One nitpick I would say, I did not like the immediate romance between him and Catwoman. It almost felt like the studio pushed down the director because it literally comes out of nowhere. Because at first, I like the subtlety at first, right? Because as soon as she walks into the room, Batman's already can't take his eyes off of her.
He was hooked.
Yeah, he was hooked. But I feel like that was enough for me. Just little moments like that was enough for me where they didn't need that random kiss. Because Catwoman's strong enough on her own as a character in this movie that she it felt like, why are you leaning on Batman so hard when she's very capable of doing it herself?
It kind of makes you wonder if she's playing the angle.
No, because I was.
I mean, I think her background,
right?
You know what she's capable of.
Well, she even gets the guy who kills the girl single-handedly, and that's what I'm saying.
But I'm just saying, it kind of makes you wonder, you never know. There could be a double cross at any point. Not saying that it. I mean, not saying that it was going to happen, but I mean, it could.
Oh, no, it could have. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I kind of felt the same way.
You don't know that.
I was waiting for that to happen.
Like, so it kind of bubbles up. That also bubbles up like, wait, what?
Because I was waiting for that to happen. I was waiting for that double cross moment.
Right.
But never comes. But it was cool. But that's what Catwoman is.
But it's still left unsaid. Yeah. It's still like, I don't know.
Also, another thing I loved about this movie is at the start of the movie, Batman's a very dark character. Like when I was watching the movie, I was like, I don't think we're going to ever get a Robin with this Batman. I don't think we're going to get a Batgirl. I don't think we're going to get a Bat Family with this Batman because this Batman was so dark. But as the movie progresses, you get little signs where he's not as broken as he seems. Like when there's the kids.
I think he just has that wall up.
He has that wall up, exactly. But as the movie goes on, the walls come down.
He's not necessarily that person.
Exactly.
He just has it up to protect himself or protect whatever he's trying to protect. I think there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that you see, or you try to understand.
Because I think it kind of feels to me he knows how ruthless the mob is, that he's trying to match their ruthlessness. The city in general,
the city in general is like,
and he's trying to match it. But as the movie goes on,
even like you see the normal people walking through the city, and they just look. Everybody looks miserable.
It almost looks like The Purge.
Somewhat,
but like a 24/7 purge.
Looks like it's a trip, man. I gotta say though too, it kind of reminds me of what's going on today. He just was able to grasp it more and utilize that. Like, I think he did a good job. On that, it's just I'm like, wow, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the level of corruption in this Gotham City is.
Sounds like nowadays. No,
it's insane and it's phenomenally well done. But like
well done, very well done.
I was saying, I like how Robert Pattinson. There was those moments where even as he's wearing the costume and everything, where he just stops to look at a kid who just lost his dad, and the way he just looks and he stares, and you can just see that connection that he has with that kid because he sees himself.
I love that too because 99.9% of people wouldn't give two craps about how that kid felt. You know what's everybody else wasn't worried about anything.
Because everyone was just worried about the careers.
Other than him.
Yeah.
He was the only one because And
Commissioner Gordon.
Commissioner Gordon too.
Commissioner Gordon and him were the only ones who referenced the kids who were now orphans while everybody else is like worried about their own necks.
Pretty much,
and worried about their careers,
and money, and whatever other craps behind the scenes that they got going on.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of backstabbing. This one's like you don't know where to turn, who to trust. You don't know what's going on.
So also the car chase.
Excellent
car. Makes you the way Matt Reeves films it makes you feel like you're in the chase.
Oh yeah,
it's very chaotic. It's very loud.
It is,
and it was one of the best chase scenes I've seen in a while.
And
it was very well done. And the one nitpick I had is how bulletproof Batman is. He's too bulletproof. Like this guy takes shotguns to the chest, rifles, and just keeps coming. I didn't care for that. That was like my nitpick when I was doing the pre-show thing because it's in the trailer. I did not. It just I don't know. He felt too invulnerable to me, to be honest.
Okay.
Like even at the end when he falls into we know he's not gonna die. It's the first Batman movie, but by this point I was like, why are we even worried about him? This dude just took like so many shots to the chest.
It was a suspense, man. I mean, it definitely keeps you like. I think it's to show to people that as much as he looks like a RoboCop or a Terminator, he still is human, and he still goes through all the pain and agony as most of us do, but he doesn't show it.
Yeah,
he tries to stay somewhat. In character.
Well, that's the thing I loved about in the beginning of the movie is that I knew it was gonna be a great movie. I knew right when you have the guy robbing the liquor store, and you have the people spray painting the bank, and then what was the other one? There was one more. Oh, the guys with the skeleton mask. Yeah, or paint, whatever.
The little gang, and the little train, like the movie Warriors when they're all like they have. It was that part reminded me of the Warriors when they're on the train. And they're all suited up, you know what I mean? They're gonna go and go. Oh yeah. And I was like, dude, this is. There's a lot of pieces to different movies, like gems, good movies that he studied or whoever.
Matt Reeves.
Oh yeah, that studied and was like, I'm gonna add a little flavor to this.
Good man.
And I was like, oh, that was excellent. Good taste. Yeah. Good taste.
And but like I was like the part where I knew it was gonna be great is how Robert Pattinson's doing the voiceover. Yeah. So there's a voiceover, and you're seeing all these people commit their crimes, and then he starts talking about how when the bat signal goes up,
Yeah.
And he starts talking about how criminals are scared because they think
just
the thought that maybe he might be in the shadows on the other side of that wall.
Yeah.
That people think twice. Like just they don't even see anything out of the shadows. Like the guy who robs the bank comes out. I mean the liquor store comes out and he sees the dark alley and he's running towards it and he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna go a different direction. And the thing is, the way Matt Reeves films this movie is so amazingly well done. Is the guy's wearing a full covered mask and you see the fear. Even though you can't see the
you can't see his face.
You can't see his face. It's just a mask, but you can see
the language. The body language alone was just like
and
even the study the steps like wait
the steps,
and the think twice the shaking of the head, the movement, the body language was like all right, cool, it was on point.
How they're all because they're all of them they're all scared of like you don't know where Batman's at, and at this point he's got a reputation. But what makes it great, which is like this is a big theme of the movie, is people in Gotham have give him this huge reputation, like he's some kind of mythical monster.
Yeah.
But when Robert Pattinson's Batman is not actually that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's well aware he's not that. But his reputation is so big.
He's still building he's still building himself to become that, but he's not that.
But people think he is that, and that's one of the big things with the Riddler's motivation, which we're not going to spoil for you guys. Is the idea of Batman, which kind of leads into like how in the comics and cartoons, the animated series, a lot of the villains blame Batman because he came first. So they're like, and even the Dark Knight movie talks about that. It's like where Alfred's like, well, you escalated things, and that's when the freaks started coming out because you took it to another level, and that's what we're getting in this Matt Reeves movie too. It's
just like life, man. You know, it's crazy. Like there's a lot of crazy.
Yeah. So. You want to add anything, Alex?
No, man. There's so much I could.
There's so much
I could give away, man. Yeah. There's so much I could give away. I do like the backstory on the family.
Oh, but we can't spoil that.
I know.
Tell you what.
I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that.
Story.
Love it. Love the backstory
of the Thomas Wayne.
Yes.
And
just the whole backstory that. You don't get that before, and I love that on it.
It was great.
It was excellent, and I love just certain things in the movie that they changed around. Like I was telling you, whenever he's cruising up into the actual. I fucking love that. That was cool.
Into the cave.
Because it's like it just reminds me of my head what I would have pictured it really to be. You know what I mean?
And also Alfred's relationship with Batman is great.
Yeah,
it's Alfred who'll do anything for Bruce, but Bruce doesn't look at him as a father, and you can see how much that torments Alfred. Not that he doesn't look at him as a father, but he doesn't look at him as a. He keeps him arm's length, while Alfred's always just.
He sees him he doesn't see him as the actual like what we've seen before Alfred played, where he's the mind, he's the whole brain of the operation in a sense. The man's he's older, he has that wisdom. Yeah. He has that wisdom,
and he has that wisdom in this movie too.
Yeah, it's just that he doesn't utilize it.
Well, no, he does because he solved the
through it.
Well, Batman doesn't let him in. That's the thing.
Right.
Batman keeps him away.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't get a chance to like actually use what he's trying to give him.
Exactly. I mean? Batman wants to go 100% alone, and Alfred's like, I've been trying to be there for you my whole life, and I'm still gonna keep trying, even though you keep pushing me away.
Right.
And that was great. Even though you get very little Alfred in this movie, but that's pretty much it. I think. I mean, there's a lot we can spoil, but we're not going to.
Go watch the movie.
Honestly,
and you're probably gonna watch it twice, maybe even 3 times. You'll watch it at the theater twice, and then you'll watch it at home. Trust me.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna want to watch all the other things, play the game, because then you're like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah. Also, yeah. Anyway, yeah.
What were you gonna say?
No, because it's start giving stuff away.
I know. Yeah, just go watch the movie.
Yeah, check it out.
And then let us know, man.
Great.
Let us know in your comments. Shout out for the people that have been writing us back for the comments. Thank you for supporting us, everybody.
Honestly,
yeah, we appreciate it. And keep giving us comments, good, bad, the ugly. We don't care. Like, subscribe, hit the bell.
Yeah.
Give us a thumbs up. Share it to people, please. So that way we can keep doing this because we love doing it for you guys.
Yeah, and we love going to the movies.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that's
Until the next time,
guys,
folks.
Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.